Alright, welcome back to another episode of Trial by Table. We're going to be mixing up a bit this week. In one of our previous episodes, we got pretty heated over a discussion between whether or not we would rather have the last episode, or last trilogy of Star Wars changed, or the last season of Game of Thrones. And honestly, emotions kind of boiled over here. We're still pretty upset here, so we're going to settle it right here, taking it to the table. We're going to debate, what would you rather have? Redone season of Game of Thrones? Or an entire new trilogy of Star Wars? You guys want to start off?
Yes.
Jesus?
Oh, and also this is a team trial by table.
Oh, yeah.
Me and Fabian versus Jesus and Bang here. So let us know what you guys think about that too. Results for last time's trial by table for the Pokemon generation. Generation 4 came in first, represented. Then it was Generation 3, then 2, and then 1, surprisingly.
You got it this week. You're going to be fine.
Hopefully,
it's whatever.
Well, they'll do better, but we'll leave
They'll do
another
better.
straw
Look at him.
down below.
They'll do better.
They're not going to do better. There's not a lot for them to argue. Alright, but good luck.
Alright, so the reason, and I already said this in the last episode if you guys watched, the reason I believe that this season for Game of Thrones, the last one, matters more than the trilogy is because yours already had an ending. Ours didn't. You guys' story ended in episode 6. Ours, how does the season, what was it, 6 end?
It's a great point. You guys can go to sleep. You know,
Yeah.
Palpatine's, on his way down. Everyone's happy. We're all chilling with the Ewoks and everything. And that's your ending.
Yeah.
What's my ending?
Well, I'll tell you what your ending could be. It could actually be a good one in the books because we haven't gotten there yet. So you still have a potential good ending.
Are we debating this now or 30 years after George
Yeah.
dies and someone has to finish that?
Well, I don't know. George said maybe this spring. I don't
Maybe.
know.
But he still has
George
2
R.R.
books.
But
left.
two books.
Yeah, there's still maybe an ending. It could be good for you guys. This is already done for.
So-
George said himself that the main characters and different things do not change, but the side stuff somewhat will change, which means Game of Thrones does have a bad ending, and that is canon.
Hey,
Yeah.
you know what's cool? Your George had a say in what was going to happen with his content.
Mhm.
Our George got snuffed from
No.
his trilogy.
Mm-mm.
Yeah,
He sold his rights.
he
It is sold.
He sold his rights.
So then it's like
So your
saying-
George bended over and mine didn't.
Our George might die
Then your
writing
George,
these books.
then your
but
George is a stupid
better.
one.
No, so they wanted George to be on there originally, and George wanted to be on there. Then they're like, no, George, step away. We don't want you. And he's like, well, here's where I think it should go. And they're like, no, George, we're going to do our own thing. And
Can I have a
then,
George counter real quick? Go ahead. No, keep going.
and so then on episode 9, they realized, oh my word, we're really messing this up. And so then they finally went to him. You know how bad it is for a huge mega corporation like Disney to admit that they were wrong with something? That's how bad it was going.
Okay, I want you to just a couple things.
All right.
The last season of Game of Thrones had 6 episodes.
Yes. 2
And-
of them were an hour long, which we thought
Yeah.
all of them were going to be an hour long.
Yes,
Which
We
they
were lied
weren't.
to.
We were lied.
we were lied to. We had 6 episodes. You would think along the way they would get it right. You would think. You guys had half the time. You had 3 episodes. We had 6.
6 years.
6 years. And you guys couldn't get it right.
Yeah.
I had to slowly watch characters I loved and cared for, wanted endings for, were prophesized for, led me to believe certain things were going to happen,
You wanna talk-
and none of them
You want to
happened.
talk about prophecies?
I
They
would
got
love
ruined.
to. Tell me.
Come
tell
on.
me, tell
Tell
me.
us
I'm
some
ready.
Who was the protagonist for Star Wars?
Luke Skywalker, I believe. Anakin, perhaps?
Anakin. Okay,
Yeah.
it wasn't neither of them.
What do you mean?
And like you said, 6 years for this new trilogy. Decades. I'm talking about decades thrown down the freaking toilet.
From the
You
70s.
want this one or should I take it?
Take it. Take
So,
him.
okay, so what was the trilogy with that? Anakin was the chosen one, was he not?
Anakin was supposed to be the chosen
For
one.
the whole thing.
He
He
was,
was
the
the
chosen
chosen
one.
one.
Was supposed to be.
No, he was.
He is.
No, because now, see, that's what I'm
Okay,
saying.
okay,
So,
let
like-
me just tell you why you're wrong.
One second.
Go ahead.
1 second. Thank you.
No.
Thank
Go ahead.
So, you guys had your end, and it kind of sucked, I'll admit that. But what if it gets brought back up, and then it's like, guess what? Daenerys didn't die, Ice King didn't die, and we're actually just going to bring people back for the
What?
heck of it. That's what they did with this trilogy. As you were saying, we had 1 through 6. Life was good.
Yes.
Disney lore, or not Disney, Star Wars lore is so varied and so diverse with the extended universe that they could have gone anywhere. But instead, Disney shows up, and it's like looking at Game of Thrones and saying, okay, here's all your canon content. Nope, we're wiping all that out. We want to do our own thing. Yeah, Anakin, he was supposed to destroy the Sith.
He did.
No, he did.
He did.
Palpatine's back, baby.
Yeah.
That's the Force.
He was
We'll
back and
get
he was
more
better
into
than
the
ever.
Force later.
Yeah. So then they use the Force to make everything different. Where it's like, oh no, Anakin wasn't the chosen one. Rey, who's this Force
I'm gonna
diadem with
destroy him.
Kylo.
You got it?
He's gonna be this magical prophecy. So now everything that you thought was here, nope. Now it's just for this one little shoehorn thing that
Okay.
we're trying to put in.
Are you done?
Yes, I'm done.
So, you're saying Anakin is not the chosen one.
He's not.
Because
Okay,
of
no.
the final trilogy.
Okay, but in that same final trilogy, do you remember that one scene when Rey is talking to all the Jedi?
Yeah.
Do you remember what Anakin says to her?
Repeat it back to me. Is it-
Restore the Force like I have.
And another thing, you guys like to bring up books. Do you know how much bullshit the Force is in the books? Do you know Force ghosts? Everyone's complaining Force ghosts are gross. I'm
Yeah.
sick of seeing them in different spots, but that's all that is. Palpatine was dead. He just had the power of the Force so powerful that he was able to take on
No.
the form
Yeah,
of
it's
somebody
garbage,
else.
No,
right?
Disney
No, but
didn't
he
know
was
what
dead.
to do anymore. It wasn't the Force. It was actually Disney.
No, yes, but
Disney
those
is
two
the
combined,
Force.
it's literally the Force can explain all your bullshit, and your prophecies were still true.
Yeah, no,
It's
the
just
fat
like
mouse
cliffhangers.
took a
Yeah,
big
but
dump
your
on the
prophecies
franchise.
were true.
Yes,
That's-
and like literally, you guys, like you said, you do have an ending, and like you can rest on those other prophecies and kind of ignore the rest. We can. I literally
We can.
can't. I don't have an ending if I ignore that. I literally
Yeah.
don't.
So, but
I make
here's-
up one in my fucking head.
What was the ending of the last season? Before the shitty one? What, Daenerys and Jon Snow riding in the boat having sex? That's not an ending.
You could've
And
left it at
that's-
that.
No,
Could've
no,
left-
it can't.
Movies end worse
That-
sometimes.
That's like if we leave you in episode 5.
Yeah.
Like that's
yeah.
that you want that?
So-
No, go live with that.
So, you're saying that your ending was crap, right? And that the books are just gonna follow it anyway? So, I fail to, like... I can understand why you're upset
Wait a
because
minute.
you're hoping
Go on.
for something to be a little bit more drawn out. And then it's like, okay, we're gonna be doing this and that. And
Uh-huh.
then they had to cram it on to 6 episodes.
Yeah.
And so you're upset about that.
Okay.
But according to what you guys were saying,
Mhm.
the ending wasn't going to change either way. The ending was
That's
the
why we're
same.
saying
The
we want
characters
it. We
will
want it
still die.
again.
Yeah.
We want another ending.
You guys had your chance. You had
Yeah.
6 years to
And-
figure
and-
something out.
Yeah. And here's another one. You guys already have another timeline that happens after episode 6 in other books, so you guys can.
It got killed.
No, it didn't because it's still there. You
No,
can
Disney
literally
says
just
it's
do
not
that. We don't have anything else. We don't have anything.
George promised a book.
But it's the same. It's the
No, it's the same
retelling.
concept. You can't Disney for that. It's the
Yes,
same
I can
concept.
because you have different endings. You can go different
You
places.
guys have different
Luke,
fanfics
Luke gets
that's the
married.
same.
He's
No,
not the
fanfic
prince.
is not part of that.
This is official Star Wars
No.
stuff.
No, it's not.
Yes, it
No,
is.
it's
The
not.
books,
They
the books
no,
aren't.
they said that was not official.
No,
anymore.
Disney.
Yeah, but it was. So you have that.
No,
you still
It's
have
true.
that.
It was, but it's not anymore.
So now it's not anymore. So now our licensed books are the same as fan fiction
Yeah,
for what you guys
same
are wanting.
thing.
Exact same thing. So anything that we wanted fixed, Disney isn't calling canon. So now everything else that comes out for Star Wars is dictated by these 3 movies.
Not necessarily.
Yeah, no,
If
it
you're
changes
going
the
off-
past
if
and the
you're-
future of
If
Star
you're going
Wars.
off of what your past trilogies did, like episode 1 through 6, those didn't matter to these. So your next trilogy can just do the
No.
same thing and not matter.
It
Because
does
it's like
matter.
he
That's
said.
what I'm saying is you might not like it, but it all does flow. And I agree that the last trilogy is not good, but it does flow.
Yeah.
Was Anakin the chosen one?
No,
yes.
but see,
Yes.
No, he wasn't.
He was.
specific
He was.
mechanics.
You can't
He
argue
didn't.
that.
Couldn't even kill Palpatine.
He
No,
did,
but
though.
he
No,
did
he
though.
He
didn't.
did. It's the
No,
Force.
it was Ray. I'm pretty
No.
sure it was Ray.
Then
But
who's
that's
touching
another
Ray's
one.
lightsaber?
Yeah.
Who is that? Is that Luke? I thought he was dead.
No, it's the Force.
So he's not
That's
dead.
Kylo. That's Kylo Ren.
No one dies in
Ren.
your story, so it doesn't really matter.
That's what I'm saying. The Force can literally wipe the slate clean
Yeah.
for anything.
It
They
did-
can literally say that was all a dream
But
because
see-
of the Force.
No, but
literally
see-
everything could just that was
Oh, we
the
want
Force.
to play the what if.
What's
We're gonna
my
play the
thing?
what if.
What's
See,
my
what's our
Force?
thing?
See,
What's our
Disney.
thing?
No, see, that was
Jamie's
Disney's
already
plot
dead. He
mechanic.
can't come back.
At least you
In
guys
our
have
universe,
something.
yes, we have death that's
You don't
actually
have
valuable.
a crappy plot mechanic where it's like, okay, do you have tragedy and sorrow? No, we have the Force, so then we can do whatever we want.
Exactly. So
Like-
why are you guys? Maybe your next
Because-
trilogy is gonna be amazing.
Because Anakin went to the dark side because he couldn't save his wife, and then episode 9, you have Rey dying, and then Kylo's just like, you know what, YOLO. Here's my life. Boom, you're alive again.
That's
It's
the
literally
Force.
the Force.
Yeah.
What I'm saying is,
Breaks
like,
it.
all 3 of the trilogies kind of follow the same path. Where you have your innocent protagonist that struggles with, am I evil? Maybe I'm not. Like, what do I need to do? And then they're like, no, I'm not evil. Let me kill the bad guy. That's literally your 3 movies. Is, I'm a good innocent person. Maybe I'm bad. Let me kill the bad guy. Those are your 3. Like, it didn't...
No.
It wasn't good,
No.
but then it's over now.
The prequels, That was not the ending. I remember that guy being bad by the end of it.
So then, getting back to the main argument here.
Go rewatch some Star Wars.
But he is the
changed-
bad guy.
Go rewatch some Star Wars.
We
Shut up. I
rechanged
just
our
did.
last three. That changes everything that Disney's done
Yeah,
thus far.
it changed. No, but it's
You guys change one little thing so that you go from
It's not
season.
little.
Okay, so let's say you go from season 8, and now you actually get your full ending of season like 10 or 11. What does that change for your universe? Nothing. It changes nothing. You get a bit more fulfillment internally for your prophecies that you didn't get to see acted out in the show.
It's not just
But
prophecies.
mechanics within the show are still the same. All the other content that comes out through Game of Thrones isn't going to be changed because of this.
Before we get into our prophecies with the Azor Ahai, which we're going to touch on in a second, I'm going to talk to you about trilogies. You guys, without a question, have accepted 1 through 3, correct?
What do you mean accepted?
Like
1 through
accepted
3.
it part of the
It's
lore.
part of it, right?
Yes.
How do you think our parents felt about 1 through 3? Probably the same you're feeling about 7 through 9. Am I
Yeah.
wrong? But yet we think that that's super canon. So then your kids are probably going to think 7 through 9 is normal, and then, God forbid, 10 through 12 is maybe gross. But my thing is it still accepted?
Yeah.
And that's like
Well,
your lore.
let him
It is
talk, let him
accepted.
finish.
No, I'm done. You can respond to that. I'm just saying that people didn't like that trilogy, but then it becomes like in
But-
stone. Like there's nothing you can really do about it
One-
because it is like it's there.
1 through 3 stayed within the world's boundaries of this is how you handle things because George was directly involved. It wasn't necessarily done in the way that people appreciated 4, 5, and 6, but it didn't change how the world worked. 7, 8, and 9 flips everything on its head and then says everything moving forward is going to follow.
and everything backwards is already kind of screwed.
1 through 3 introduced midichlorians. Do you guys know what that is?
I got dropped
So midichlorians
There
got
you
dropped.
go. There you go.
by Disney.
Okay, so those got dropped. So then 1 through 3 is not part of it.
That's what, from what you're
Because the
saying. it's not
entire
part of it.
reason why Anakin is even in there in the first place is because he has a high midichlorian rate.
And then
So-
they
so
never
they're
touch
agreed.
on it.
So you agree?
No, but they
Why?
did. It's because of the
Not
potential.
7,
That's
8,
why he's
9?
such a powerful Jedi.
Non 7, 8, 9, they didn't touch on that at all.
No, I know they didn't touch it. I'm just saying it's part of your universe.
Yeah.
And if the
It
trilogies
was.
you do accept are 1 through 3 and 4 through 6, then the midichlorians are part of it. Anakin is the chosen one, and he did kill Palpatine.
No, he
That's
didn't.
just a fact.
He did
though.
until
He
they rewrote and retconned everything.
I know,
with
but he
7, 8,
But he
9.
still killed him.
No, he
7.
didn't.
Yeah.
Yes, he did.
He was back better than ever.
I want you to talk to each other. Is Palpatine dead?
No.
So did he kill
So
him?
you're just agreeing with him. Look at your face. Look at your face.
He's not
You even
dead.
know that he's
Dude,
dead.
we need
No,
to talk about
no.
why
I-
the season
Legitimately, we
should
can
be
talk about this on the side, but if he can resurrect a clone and come back, like, they stole that from the books. The books,
They stole a lot from the
Palpatine
books
came
in
back
episode
in
9.
a cool way, and he was around like a villain. Like, there was a space tornado, teleportation stuff that they could have done. I would have been okay with it. I don't think Palpatine's gone. I think...
But he's still dead. It's
Yeah.
just like his essence is alive,
Yeah.
and that's
Well,
why he's able to control things
so
because
then-
he's
No,
that powerful.
he claimed he was Palpatine.
I understand that,
He
but it's
hella
his
claimed it.
essence. It's not him.
It's not him though. It's
He's
like
dead.
a clone.
Yeah,
No, it's Palpatine.
You said it was Palpatine.
Palpatine's first body was gone, yes.
There you go.
That's-
so he
that's his
died.
dead.
That
No,
that's
his
him
first
dying.
that's his essence. He's that
His
powerful
first-
of a being where he's able to resurrect certain bodies and take on the form. But he is dead.
No. But now they said now he's dead for good. That's what they said now. So
They said that in
pretty
episode
much
6.
No, that's what I'm saying because they rewrote that.
Because they needed a shoehorn.
But okay,
It's
so
literally
here's the
just-
thing: you guys can live with that trilogy and move on.
No.
For Game of
can't.
Thrones, it's more hard because Jamie, a character that we needed that redemption arc, and it was just like, you know what? No.
5 seasons thrown down the drain.
Yeah.
Well, he could go character by
Yeah, he
character.
got crushed
What
by
about
cows.
6
Jon
movies?
Snow-
What about
Jon
6
Snow.
movies?
Jon Snow
down
is
the
supposed
drain.
to be the. I just talked to you about how you guys have already accepted those trilogies.
Yeah.
I don't accept the end for any of my characters. You can accept Luke, you can accept Han, you can accept all those characters' endings. I cannot.
Wait, what do you mean? Han died to his son?
Yeah.
I can't accept
Yeah.
that.
I think that's a decent
I think
ending,
that's
yeah.
pretty good.
Like, good for you.
No, it's good
I
for
can
Han.
accept the
No, but
end of
Jamie,
Game of
Jamie,
Thrones.
like 5, 6 seasons of character growth thrown down the drain. Jon Snow, destined to kill the Night King, thrown down the drain.
At least
He was
I-
destined, but he never fulfilled it, and then didn't take. They didn't take his title. He was not entitled to that.
He was the Azor Ahai.
He was the
You read the
He
read
was
the books.
supposed to be.
He was supposed to. So, yeah.
Everything makes sense. He came back from the dead, man.
Like, to the same
Yeah, like
point for
Palpatine.
you guys.
yeah, no, not like Palpatine. It's completely different.
Just
from
like Palpatine.
No,
Are you kidding me?
Like, for years, they legitimately went, well, people are predicting this, so we're going to change it up on them. That's messed up.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's the
that's why
writers
I
being
wanna change.
That's
the
why I
writers
wanna
that's called-
change.
That's
Well,
the writers
guess what?
being dicks.
Guess what?
What's up?
What?
your author still has control of his own series.
Exactly. That's why we have more right. Because yours is a different author. So it's like, whatever. Of course they're going to be different. But I was just like, we deserve another
No,
ending.
it's his content.
But
It's his. He chose. That's the ending he chose. He had a say in
That's
it.
why. But the question.
My George.
Sorry. The question is, what would we rather have changed?
Go,
Right?
imagine a character so good like. I'm trying to think of a character for you guys.
Link.
Poe. Or Finn.
Literally.
You thought those were good
Finn.
characters?
Yes.
This guy thought they were good characters.
Finn. Let me talk to you about Finn.
This guy thought, oh my god.
Let me talk to you about
Finn had all the potential in the world. Episode 1, that man is wielding a lightsaber, right? And this is just in a trilogy.
Sure.
Imagine a whole character thrown down the drain.
Movie?
Imagine a character like
Wielding.
Cersei Lannister. Yes, he was. It's
To be fair, we have more like time because ours is a season.
It's true,
Right? We have more time than you guys. You know what I mean by time? Like watch time. Like how long are your movies? Like
2 hours,
2 hours. Okay.
2.5.
My thing is, all your guys' arguing points have been for the last movie, not 7 or 8. You talk about how 8 doesn't matter, and I agree.
So-
but you are talking about 7. Can I finish my point with
Yeah,
Cersei?
yeah,
So my
sorry.
thing with Cersei is, imagine somebody who changes form, changes ideals the entire time, and then for the entire last season, after all that, they just have her
Go back.
doing these shots of just looking out.
Yeah.
Just talking, doing nothing, and then dying so boringly that it's just like, really? A character I've been invested in for this long with Jamie, and they just die by falling
They look so
rocks?
powerful too.
I
And that
know.
dragon just
So,
bam all
It's-
over them.
it's-
one dragon.
And we haven't even gotten to that bitch back there.
Yeah. Oh, I don't want to talk about that.
I'm upset too. Don't get me wrong. I'm just as upset as you guys
I don't
are.
think so.
What I'm
No.
saying is that what your thing did won't affect everything else that will come out for that.
Yes,
Like,
it will.
Oh, it affected everything.
It's gonna affect
Everything
everything in the past and in the future.
Game of Thrones is my favorite series,
It's
and
all
they ruined
perspective.
everyone that I loved.
It's all perspective.
But
Yeah,
Like,
and the perspective
You,
is
you don't know
awesome.
because you put it in your head like, oh, it's a redemption arc. Maybe it wasn't. It wasn't supposed
No, but
to
it
be.
was.
But it
George
was- it
himself
was
talks
supposed to
about
be.
You
how
put it in your
if
head.
you read it that the chamber pot did it, you can't change it to it being the butler.
Yeah.
You can't.
no,
But they did.
But they did.
So that's why it's going to be corrected in the books.
No, but
no, it's not because it's gonna be the
George said it
same
himself.
thing.
George said what himself?
He legit
he's
said
not
that
gonna
all
come
the
out with
main
money-making
character arcs
books.
are not going to change,
It's gonna
but a
be
lot of
similar.
side character stuff will. Like, do you
Yeah.
guys even know who Stoneheart is? You do.
A little bit.
That's
No,
Caitlyn
that's-
Stark. Like, she's dead, but she's not really dead.
Mm.
And
Beric
Archer's
Dondarrion is not even in like the books after a certain while. Like, he's dead.
Yeah.
He's
Stayed
dead.
in the show a little longer, I guess.
Yeah, and like so it's just like they have this pointless character there, and then like they literally didn't know what to do with everything they set up. They set up such a grand scheme of things, they didn't know what to do
Yeah,
with it.
so
Your guys did. They
Yeah.
just were like, let's add some fluff.
Yeah,
like
no,
let's
they-
let's
No,
add
they
some.
didn't know
You
what
guys are DLC. Like those 3 movies is just DLC. You can ignore it.
Mine is not
Literally.
DLC. Mine is the
Mine is
end-all
the main
be-all.
story, yeah.
And I'm disappointed. And I'm upset.
And you're saying it's not gonna affect the rest? Yeah, if they ever come up with like future stuff, Arya's gonna be somewhere.
Like, if they did an old Jon Snow, a new Arya, I'd be like, alright, let's like kind of see, but I
Yeah.
already know what happened to my Jon Snow.
Yeah.
I already know where Arya ended. I already know where this adventure ended. And it's like,
Lame.
it's late.
No, but see, it also left the door open to like continue more. Like they can still correct some stuff.
Did
No.
you think that from episode 6?
Yeah. Did you think that from
Yeah.
episode 6? Really?
did.
What? What could they fix, man? Do what? The Death Star's gone.
No, I'm saying they
Palpatine's
can. No,
dead.
not fix, but like they can still go forward and make it good. No, they actually decided to like trash the
So-
previous.
But
trilogy.
you already had an
Yeah,
ending,
so
dude.
like talking about how you're saying the maid did it and then they're changing it to the butler. That's what they did with our trilogy.
I'm saying it's gross. I understand.
Yes.
But at the end of the day, Anakin killed Palpatine.
Yeah.
No.
It doesn't
Sure
affect
did.
it.
He did.
Sure,
It doesn't really
Anakin
affect it,
threw
dude.
Palpatine off a cliff, and he was supposed to be gone, but
He
then
was.
the Disney Force.
No, but what did
brought
Palpatine
him
even
back.
say? It's his essence. It's not him.
Your spirit's your spirit, no matter what.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but your spirit is not your body.
He said he was
died.
Palpatine. I'm pretty
He-
sure.
No.
I mean, he probably needed a name tag, but that was Palpatine.
He still
dude
looked
was
at
dead.
Ray, and he's like, "You're my daughter."
I know. I'm not saying it's
And
not
it's
his
trying to
essence.
control it.
like him, all his thoughts.
Well, see,
all
he
his
kind of
feelings, all
plays
his
him.
stuff,
He kind
but
of plays
he's
him.
dead.
Because in the beginning he says, "Oh, I'm just the essence of all the Sith," but as soon as he gets
Hold
empowered,
on.
he's all like, "I'm
Okay.
Palpatine."
Okay, we need to get something clear. What makes you guys mad about that trilogy when the beloved characters were already gone? These are new characters. So what really upsets you from this new trilogy?
So, I mean, do you want to start? Do you want me to start?
Oh, you know.
All right. This trilogy is trying to be a repeat trilogy,
Yes.
just reskinned
Yes.
for nostalgia and money.
Yes.
And then it's done
Yes.
poorly.
Okay.
Where it's handed off from one director to another who then doesn't know what he's doing, so much so that you can remove this movie. And then these movies are still pretty decent. This movie immediately kills off the past. Like Kylo says, kill the past, let it die. Coruscant, remember that cool planet? Gone. Remember Luke? No, he dies in some dumb way. Remember Han Solo? He dies in some way.
Mhm.
In some dumb way.
I don't
Yeah,
think his
but-
dad was dumb.
But yeah, I don't think Hans is. It's kind of like
I thought it was
kind of
Big Dad,
cool because it's
honestly.
like the sun,
See, it's them recreating
Yeah, Jamie.
like, oh,
and it's
we
something
need-
new. It's
we
something
needed
new.
Obi-Wan
That good
Kenobi.
effect.
They couldn't build their own characters. They relied everything on the past to build this up, and then they still.
See,
were
I
able
think
to
I
do
think
it.
Star Wars would have been better off just disregarding all the other stuff and just going forward, like
Like-
not tying it back in. But they
But the
wanted to
thing
tie
is-
it back in, and that's what messed up
thing
everything.
is about your universe is Luke and Leia are still gonna be around. So
They're
they
dead.
no, they're around.
Have you
You
seen
can't
Carrie
say that
Fisher?
with Game of Thrones. People do come back in Game of Thrones.
Carrie
No,
Fisher's
only
gone.
one
Leia
person
is
came
dead.
back in Game of Thrones. Only one,
Tell him who it is.
John, and then they messed them up. But and again, if they come back, they're zombies, and that's it. In your universe,
We don't know that.
I want
yes,
you
we
to
do
tell me-
know that.
I want one of you to tell me why John came back.
Why?
If he was brought back for some higher power, why did he come back? That's what she kept telling him.
Yeah.
Why?
Why did he come back?
Yeah, I
Or
agree.
writing.
Yeah.
Why?
Or
But
writing.
that's not-
I want to talk
hold
about
on,
the
hold on.
very end.
When was he brought back?
When?
You know,
See,
season.
Before the Battle of the Bastards?
Yeah. What season?
That was 5.
So it was already getting mucked up way before season 8. So
No,
season 8's not
no.
gonna say
No,
Season
there was
6 is
nothing
amazing.
wrong with him being brought back.
Yeah.
She said you're being brought back for a reason, and
Yeah.
then season 8, I'm like,
Yeah, and it's like this is it, right? Wait, what, to kill? You're killing
which
her?
is horrible.
Yeah.
Which is a horrible ending.
Yeah, that ending
Horrible.
sucked.
I want to talk about
She
the
never-
very end, though. Right? Did you like any characters from your last trilogy?
I like
You can't
the
tell me you
Porgs.
didn't.
The
I did.
Porgs were
That's not a
pretty
character.
You're
I
lying.
didn't.
I know you guys are
I
lying.
cool.
didn't.
Sincerely, I like the Porgs.
You didn't like any character.
I did not.
Okay, so you want to know the beauty of that?
Yeah,
You weren't attached.
that's
Me,
cool.
I was attached.
We're attached.
I look and I'm like, oh, I'm so like they killed Daenerys. Fuck.
Yeah, but
Let's see
I was
who ends
attached.
up. Let's see who
to the
ends
series.
up on
At
the
least
throne.
you were able to
no.
be
I want to
attached.
see who ends up on the throne. And what do I see wheeling and dealing his way in?
Into the
is
throne.
fucking Bran.
Bran,
I'm like,
wheelies, legs no feelies.
But no, Brad had a whole story arc the whole
I know,
time.
and that was
but
dedicated
the
to being
whole-
the king.
Yeah, that was not dedicated to be the king. He was supposed to be the one-eyed raven. That's what he was supposed to
Nah,
be.
But it was
Okay.
a character you saw through. He grew up in that
Like
series.
Fagan, you had no one. You were like, this guy's not a
So
king.
then,
Well, yeah, that's how better your story was.
So
Who would you
overall.
want to be the king?
Who?
Who would you want to be the king?
Tyrion.
What about you?
I'd be down with Tyrion.
We can make it happen. How about we redo it?
Yeah, let's
How about
redo
we redo it?
You know what?
He's like,
You know what?
yeah.
Now that'd be a waste.
No,
No,
he
he
didn't. No, dude, it's over. We won. He's like, damn it. I do.
I'm
wanna
just
see
saying,
Tyrion.
like, Tyrion would be beautiful as a king. After everything he went through, I think Tyrion probably had one, if not the
No.
best.
Brad went through some shit too.
Nah, but not king
So-
making. You know,
not
question.
king-making.
Question.
He has no ideas on how to run.
Question. You're saying George is keeping the overall plot the same? So do you
Yes.
consider Bran a side character?
no, he's not.
So
a
then
side
Bran was always meant to be king.
No.
I don't know the old man. They
No, no,
How
no.
does that even make
so,
what?
So no, I see what you're saying. You're right. It's the whole chambermaid, like all that stuff, right? So if he was always made to be king, right? Just so it kind of like throws.
I mean, he's
people
kind of
off.
in the first scenes too.
Yeah, he
Think
was.
about it.
Yeah. So, but if he was made to be king, I want that changed.
Yeah.
I don't like it.
Well, then
Make
talk
it
to
more
George.
believable.
Talk
No,
to
but
George.
it's too
We're
late.
screwed
He's
either
not
way.
gonna
If I talk to
No,
George
but
right
I
now, he's
wanna
gonna be like,
change
I
it.
wish I can change it, but I
No,
can't.
see,
Go ahead
George
now.
made that decision.
I don't know.
George is saying he's not going to change anything because that's how it's supposed to be. I wasn't going to change this plot. That means that Bran was always meant to be king.
Yeah.
No,
He-
but
that
let's
was
take a
coming
look.
from the
Just
writer,
set up.
So
from
I'm
the source.
I'm reading the books, right?
Good for you.
Okay, so there's a lot of perspective characters. You have Arya, you have Jon,
Yeah.
you have Jaime, you have Catelyn,
Yeah.
Sansa.
Yeah.
Of course.
Did I say Jaime?
Yes.
Sure.
And
Cersei.
Bran, and there's a couple.
Yeah,
others.
sure.
Yeah.
So I want you to look at all these perspective characters and tell me where they ended up.
Yeah.
Where did Jon end up?
He went to the forest with the wildlings.
Where he always wanted to be.
Where he
was
did like being with the
Yeah,
wildlings.
he's
He
like,
had
I
good old
hate
time.
being king.
Yeah.
And
He
he's
was not
like,
made to be king. He didn't want
I
to.
just
That's-
want to have.
What? There was a line. I forgot who said it. Who said it?
I'm pretty sure
Great
Jon
kings
says,
are the people that don't want to
Yes.
be kings.
Yeah.
And it's like, that's
Yeah, and he got what he wanted. He didn't want to be a king. He
He's
didn't
king.
be-
Bran
North.
didn't want to be king either.
Did Tyrion literally ended up where he was in season 2? So nothing happened with him.
Tyrion wanted to be king.
No, that was his
Daenerys-
punishment.
Yeah, he was punished, and he says it himself. He's like, I guess this is just it.
I'm ahead.
Daenerys was killed, which I think
For no reason.
For no
Okay,
reason.
I get
I mean-
the reason, but that turn
turn doesn't
came out
make
of
sense.
nowhere.
It was too quick.
yeah,
Was
it doesn't make
it was-
sense.
It made
Sped up.
sense. It was just too quick.
Yeah, so maybe if we remake it,
Yeah, maybe
Maybe we just made it a bit
show
longer.
like a general thing of it.
I think it just needed to be a little longer.
Here's
for you
my
guys.
thing. I mean, I'm not gonna get into it, but
I'm-
I could
what-
see
what?
One Piece ruining the same thing that Game of Thrones does, where it's like, okay, like who's the final? Before the last season started, who's the final bad guy? Who is it?
yeah, come on.
The Night King.
Yes.
It's got to be the Night King.
Yes.
Well, no.
Tell me
You
why the
cannot
final
say
bad
it's not
guy
the Night
is dead on episode 3. Tell me.
I don't know.
So then Cersei's the
Poor
one I
writing.
have to look at. You
no,
can't tell
and it's
me.
not even Cersei. It's,
Yeah,
it's Daenerys.
It's that one. It's the one that helped kill the best bad guy.
Well, the man said it was always going to be a
What?
bittersweet ending, so I don't know.
I don't see
I'm-
the sweet.
I'm very
still
bitter.
very bitter, dude. Like,
My thing is like, wouldn't it be so much
Okay.
better if they all came together, came back, and had the huge battle at King's Landing after the Night King takes over everything?
Winterfell,
Did they
like
have a
they
few
fell, they
battles
run back.
They didn't have any battles with the Night King, and you're telling me that Winterfell was able to stay. Can we talk about how nobody really died at Winterfell when they were outnumbered a bajillion?
Who
to
really
one?
died? Who really died?
Barrack.
Barrack,
Greyjoy.
And
Theon Greyjoy.
Crap. What's Daenerys' guy's name?
the dragon.
Oh no! Not
Jorah.
Yes, Sir
Jorah.
Jorah.
Oh, okay, that was the big
Mormont.
one.
That was the
it.
big death.
That was the
For
big one.
having that many important characters and like the scenes leading up to it where everyone's like, we're gonna die.
Yeah.
And then no one really died.
Well,
And I
well,
guess
that's
the
kind of
Red-
hypocritical.
and then
like,
you're telling me the
no, no, no,
smartest
no, no,
character in the
can I make
thing
a
wants to
quick
hide
point?
everyone in
Can
the
I make a
crypts.
quick-
Even Tyrion was
Yes.
like, he was like, I thought it was. He's like, I gotta hide everybody in the crypts. He would think I would think above that.
Yeah. The actor was saying that, like,
actor.
you're gonna put him where the dead people
Jon
go.
Snow said it was bad. He's like, oh, one word, disappointing.
The actor went in
Disappointing.
depression, like real life depression because of
You
that.
guys are hypocrites.
He literally
You wanted
went
more
to-
depth, you wanted more sadness, and then you get the saddest ending, and now you're still crying.
It's
what
not
do
the
you want?
saddest ending.
It's not sad. It's bad. It's
Bad.
You want to talk about disappointing things now? Characters are disappointed.
I would love to.
Mark Hamill.
Yeah.
Every interview he was done for the entire trilogy, whenever asked about it, he's like, you'll have to find out. It's
But that's
disappointing.
Crying
Like,
with a seer.
It's
I
not-
wanna-
What about
I
George,
don't-
the writer? He was not happy.
Okay, so if
with
we're
it.
talking about actors, I want you to literally, there's a video, and it looks up all the actors and actresses talking about season 8 before we even really see it.
Yeah.
And Daenerys is like, what did she say? Like, how is it? And she's like,
Awful.
And then Greyjoy's, or, Grey Worm
Melisandre.
is like,
Yeah, Grey Worm.
and then Melisandre's laughing.
No, but
and
it-
then Jon Snow's like, disappointing.
Emilia-
And Tyrion's
yeah.
like, I don't get it. He's like, you're in for a treat.
No, Emilia Clarke literally says it's
think
bad.
Grey Worm
Bad. Yeah.
Not good. And those are your main 3 actors. You know the prophecy? I think it was more tied to in the books that each of them were supposed to get a dragon.
Yes.
Wouldn't that have been fucking amazing?
No, see, but now you're building up things that weren't gonna be.
What would you want out of your trilogy?
Yeah.
Just tell me what you would want. I could literally lay out everything I want. For
I think
season
I would have wanted my writer to finish out the story he was
Like,
building.
I
Which
want,
is what?
I want Luke, who went off to train the
Then
Jedi.
you can't say that.
I want the Jedi to come.
You want the Jedi to what?
So Luke, after
Yeah.
he defeats Palpatine, he's like, "All right, I'm gonna go be this hero or this generation's hero." Right?
Read the books.
He's going off. Yeah, he
Read
does.
the books.
He
Yeah.
goes off.
There
and
you
does
go.
it.
You
But
have that. We
no.
don't have that.
Disney said no.
Yeah.
They literally
Are things as
like,
good as like you guys having
like,
3
at
dragons
least-
each or something?
You
No,
guys
because
haven't-
we don't have
No,
contact.
No, I got a big point. Let me.
One sec.
You got it.
One sec. So we had books that they easily could have used to make a beautiful plot. Like you guys had Game of Thrones until season 5.
It was great.
It was
Not
great.
season 5
Well,
till season
season
7.
6. What?
All the way to season
No,
6
but I'm
and
saying
7.
I'm saying you had 5 books to go off of, and then they slightly went on their own thing. That was cool.
No,
Disney-
Battle of the Bastards was amazing.
Disney could have stuck with the books and been fine, but instead they're like, F everything that's not a TV series. We're gonna do our own thing, and then they messed everything up.
Okay, well that's the thing.
There's
They-
no,
what-
no excuses.
Disney
for that.
can do that again whenever.
That's the part that scares me.
Yeah.
Why do you
No,
think I'm
why would that
upset?
scare you? What if they fix it? That's our ending. Like
can do
that's
whatever they
yes,
want.
it
It's-
is.
No, it is.
It's
No
our
matter
ending.
what they do, they killed her. They made Tyrion look like a dork.
What if
They
George
made
is just
Bran
trying to
think-
pull your leg
Here's-
and he
here's-
doesn't?
can
She
I-
doesn't
can I
let
say
him?
it? Daenerys is dead.
I let you speak. So here's my thing: is we both have build up for great characters that we both love, enjoy, and have feelings for. Correct? Yet you guys cannot tell me where you want your characters that you love to end up.
Yeah.
You can't tell me. You can't tell me what you want them to do because you already had your ending, and this is just filler where you don't know where you want them to end up. I can literally tell you every single.
Well,
character
I'm pretty
what
sure I
want.
did not want Luke dying like a pansy.
That's
like,
fine. That's
He
fine.
looked pretty cool.
I
in
can
episode
literally
6.
map out all my 6 episodes if I could do it again. Would I want 10? I would.
Yes. Oh yeah.
Literally, you know how many changes I would make? I could literally do it right now, and you guys, it doesn't sound like you could. That's
you
all
can,
I'm saying.
You can do a whole season on the last scenes of Game of Thrones.
You could.
A whole season.
A whole season.
But no, we get 30 minutes.
What's west of Westeros? I don't know. Let's ask that dork king next to you. He can tell you. Send some ravens out there and let me know.
So, Daenerys can still come back. She got carried off
No,
by a
she can't.
dragon into the Darklands where they
No.
can perform magic. They can res her. They easily could, just with how your plot mechanics were
But
changed.
the thing is,
or
Daenerys
ours
is
were changed.
already
Just
bad.
Just
like,
because
She can be rezzed and have some life epiphany.
just
thing.
because your trilogy can literally bring back anyone they want.
yeah.
At the snap of a finger does not mean that ours.
Ours-
does.
What do you mean? You dad it with Jon.
Beric Dondarrion
One.
or Stoneheart in the
You
books,
can-
and then you have Jon Snow. That's
You
it.
can easily do it with Daenerys in the same fashion, where it's dragon takes her to the side Darklands. Oh, magic, magic, magic. Oh, look, she's alive again.
You guys can be hella upset about deaths and then be stroked off by their ghosts.
Yes.
And it's like, oh, guess
Yeah,
what?
Yoda's gonna be like,
There was
"Okay,
always
you know?"
plan.
Yeah.
I meant for that to happen.
No, see, I'm
Thanks,
upset
man.
about that.
You're
I'm
the
upset
Force.
about the Force Ghosts.
You're just piling on more of the same. You're just tired of more of the same. So redo everything. Your
Yeah.
trilogies.
I'm not trying to redo it. Do you know what the original script was for Episode 9?
I think I heard about it, but please remind me.
It was fantastic.
Do you know what my original script was for season 8?
It
was
was
beautiful. It would have brought in a tear to every
Apparently
one
it
of
was
our
bogus
viewers'
no
eyes.
matter what.
All I'm saying is they set themselves. I don't know if there's that many sports fans out there, but just picture, like Tom Brady throwing it up to fucking Gronkowski, and right there, that's the end zone. They're in the Super Bowl and they're about to win the game, and the man just drops it.
Okay.
Drops the ball after everything that was set up.
No. He did it worse. He grabs it on the 5, right to goal, and then instead of going to the, he stops on the 2, and then just
You guys were already up by 50.
yeah.
And then they decide to run it. Yeah, we were up by 50, and then they're like, you know what? We can just mess everything up for money.
All right, we gotta.
But
We've been
I don't know
running
if
for a
we're ever
while.
going to fully agree on this.
I feel like we
Yeah.
could do.
Viewers at home, please help us
Vote.
decide.
Like,
Please
what would you
vote.
rather? What would you rather be redone? The Star Wars trilogy, episode 7 through 9, or the final
Which
season
then
of Game of
affects
Thrones?
everything else that comes out.
Same with ours.
They don't have that much content. They're lucky
They
to
don't.
get
What do you
the
mean?
next
We
book.
have way more content.
All right, and we're done
you're
here.
We're done here.
George is going to be
Please
dead
follow
before your
us.
content comes
George
out.
versus George.
George versus George.
George
Battle of the
v. George.
Georges.
Yeah, Battle of George.
Not George Takei, though. We don't talk about Star
But
Trek.
but our George still has the.
Remember when she was alive?
Remember when she's hot?
She's still alive.
She's hotter than Ray.
Anyway, straw poll down below. Go vote there. Twitter down below. Let us know your thoughts.
Ran the fucking
I will
broker.
gladly debate anyone that wants to back these two up in the comments.
Please.
Fight me.
Sora high.
I'm too depressed to even continue.
All right, peace.
Sora